everybody, thanks for joining me today on my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I am bringing you the second process video for the May Build-A-Page series, and I am also scraplifting one of our members, Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, for the May I Scraplift You monthly series that's going on right now. So with Christy's series, what motivated me, or for her layout, what motivated me is the paper, which I actually had the same paper in a 6x6 and a 12x12 format. This is, I believe, I'm losing it. I know which collection it is. If you go back to the making of the pages, I tell you which the paper is. Anyways, I selected 4 6x6 papers, and now what I'm doing is cutting them into a triangle, and then I'm figuring out where I want to put them so that they go geometrically into that upper right hand corner, just like Christy had. I am going to pretty much scraplift her pretty dead on as far as what she had for hers. The only difference is that I think my photos might be a tad bit bigger than hers. I'm using 3x4 photos, and Christy probably did her own mixed media, whereas I'm using one of the Vicky Boutin pre-made backgrounds. So now what I did was I just kind of maneuvered the triangles around a little bit so that I put the colors the way I wanted them. What I'm basically wanting to do is have it be a pattern paper with one of the tone-on-tone pattern papers that are more solid next to, so it's broken up and you have the lighter and the darker colors not next to each other. And then the next thing I'm going to do is take my gel pen, and I am going to do my faux stitching all the way around each of the triangles. As you can see, when it's sped up ×4, it goes really quick. But what I liked about this, it just adds a little bit of definition from all the paper patterns and makes them stand out on their own. And if you're worried about using busy papers, this is kind of just those little subtle things that you can do to pull it all together and make all these different patterns belong in one. And it really gives you the look and the feel of if you had like a quilted blanket. I don't know if you've seen the ones that are, they're called a crazy quilt, where people just take all these random fabrics and they quilt them all together. And somehow they all work. And so it's kind of the same premise. You're taking all these different patterns. The colors here are all going together. They're brought together by the one pattern paper that has all the colors and the lemons, and then also pulled in with the pinks and the green and the yellow in the mixed media that was on the Vicky Boutin paper. Once I have this all done, then I'm going to go ahead and grab my 4 photos I printed out on my Epson printer, and I just printed these at 3x4 and going to separate them so that now I have the 4 3x4 photos. And these are just of our garden. We went and planted some herbs and some tomato plants, and I put them in containers. So I just wanted to, every year I kind of document what we did for planting and when we add some new things in. So along with the tomatoes and the herbs, there's also a couple new perennials that I added to the flower bed as well. So I just kind of maneuvered them around so that when they're overlapping, they're not covering up anything important in the picture. I'm varying it so that they're staggered, so some are up and some are down, kind of like what Christy had in hers, and just trying to give it a little whimsy and interest. Like you can see, I think Christy's pictures of her daughter are a little bit smaller, so they're a little bit more condensed to the center, whereas mine is a little bit more spread out. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a half a doily to the bottom, like Christy had in hers. If you look up close, she had a pink doily in there that she put her title on. I'm going to do the same thing with the white doily. Try to keep it up high enough that I didn't cover up too much of the mixed media, because I think that's an important feature of this scraplift. Now I'm going and taking some of these word phrases that were from Rosie Studio, and it just says bloom and grow. So I thought that was perfect since I have both perennials and tomatoes in there. I want them all to bloom and grow and look pretty for the, it's just that normal springtime planting photos. Next, I'm going to take this sticker sheet that came from the same Rosie Studio collection, and I'm going to spread out the florals. I think there was like 3 of them in a bouquet, and I'm going to spread these out down below, just like Christy had in hers. And there, I've got those on there. But I felt like it still needed a little bit more. Thought about moving the one flower, but it's stuck to the picture, so it is where it is. So then I thought about adding some of my Nicole Jones cut apart ones, and it just didn't seem, they just seemed forced. And so I'm going to go ahead and not use those this time around. But I am going to go into this, I'm not sure if it's what collection it is, but it's just a sticker book for planners. And it's all like garden spring kind of focused. And so I'm just taking some of the florals that are in there that will fit, and I'm just going to go ahead and continue clustering them up so that I have that similar look to what Christy has. So the one that I added had some darker colors in it, so I do put another floral at the on the bottom left-hand angle, so it's a little darker there. And then I'm just going through and finding little phrases and things. So on the picture of Christy's daughter, she had little tabs up there, little phrase stickers, and just a lot of little embellishments that are encircling the pictures. And so I'm just going through and finding any of the phrases that are doing the same thing. And like this little sticker that I just put on there had like an upper view of tomatoes. There's some of the stickers that say flowers. There's a little watering can. So just all garden related. I'm also going to grab there's a bird with florals. I'm going to put him at the bottom as well with another phrase sticker. While I'm doing this and just kind of continuing to flip through and embellish, I just want to remind you to check out everyone who's playing along with the Build-A-Pages series. I believe it is everybody that is playing along this month. So you have Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, Shannon from She's Crafty, Moira O'Reilly, Jen, who is Kay's mom on YouTube, and then over on Instagram, there is Sheila, who is Scotian Scrapbooker, and everyone's doing a great job. And then also check out everyone who's playing along with May I Scraplift You. There's been some great lifts this month, and it's just been a very busy month with a lot of fun creation. So right now I'm going through and I'm trying to add these little garden wood veneer. There's a wheelbarrow, and there is let's see, a flower pot and some other items in here. And I was going to put them in, and then I ended up, I'm going to remove them in the end because I just felt like they were too big and just weren't fitting with the look. The last thing I'm going to do is I am going to add some enamel dots onto the layout. These gems are from, again, Rosie Studios, and had a little flecks of gold, so it will pull the gold in from the title, and then it has some more pink. And that is going to do it for this layout. I'll be back again with another layout this month. I should be coming up with the third layout and Scraplift this weekend. And hopefully we'll be able to continue getting these every day. I know I was had some busy things, but hoping for a more quiet weekend now that we're leading into the Memorial Day weekend. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you so much for those who have subscribed. If you like my channel, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and we will see you again.